concept of watching it happen, because if you're not watching your shit happen, you are waiting for it to happen. And waiting for your manifestations, waiting for your business, waiting for some sort of miracle is lack energy, because waiting can only occur if you are perceiving things not happening. So if you are waiting, you actually have not happening energy. So if you're catching yourself in any sort of like waiting for things, some miracle to happen or some manifestation or for the business to really start clicking in, we want to catch that and switch it. Because watching it happen energy is the opposite of waiting. You can only watch something happening if the vibrational basis is it's happening. There is something to watch. And I know with 100% certainty that if you're doing any level of energy work, things are changing already. But sometimes those things are so tiny. It's like, I normally get grumpy and I didn't get grumpy. Somebody normally is grumpy to me and they didn't. I got some sort of little refund. I got some sort of parking waived. Or I like, a video, an online video did a little bit better. There's all these things that we could in the moment be like, oh, hey, this is really cool. But 3 days later, when we're in some sort of dip, we completely forget about it. And so to, as a practice, it is to really lean into realizing we have to decide that it is happening. We have to anchor into watching it happen. And so it's okay if we then flicker in and out and we catch ourselves and, oh, I'm waiting, nothing's happened yet, nothing. But if you're hearing any sort of language come out of your mouth, like nothing's happening yet, we know that is not true, because we know that as soon as you start doing energy work, the little things. So if you're discounting the little things, you're discounting the proof that actually the process has started and everything is rolling. Now we need to make sure that the majority of our attention is anchored into this is happening, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening, because that is the extra secret sauce to manifest it happening even quicker and quicker and quicker. So we want to be one of these people who is just hands down saying and feeling this is working, even if the only proof you have is you are generally feeling better. If you are generally, oh my God, I can't say the word, I guess generally or genuinely feeling a little bit better, the process has started and it is absolutely happening. And so I sent you that watching it happen journal so you can have a place to just write down all those little things. It doesn't even have to be that. It can be one piece of paper, it can be any sort of journal. So when you're feeling anxious, when you're feeling like it's not happening quick enough, you can go back and anchor your attention into it's happening, it's happening, it's happening. When I was transitioning out of wine into scaling this business, you guys know I've been coaching for 9 years, but for a lot of those years, it was a side gig while I was running my large wine importing business. So when I decided to really scale down wine and scale up over here, there was a point where even this program and me being online and social and having an audience was zero, right? There was a starting point where there was no social media presence, where there was no audience, where there was no even clients as a result of a new business model. So there was a period of time, and it wasn't one day, it wasn't 1 week. There's a period of months, if not like a year and a half, where I was building, but there really wasn't much going on. And so naturally, I do a lot of energy work, so my energy is good. But of course, you guys, of course, I would fall into like, oh my God, like, it's like not quite. I remember I had the general energy of, oh, it's going well, but it's not quite complete. It's not quite complete. The energy in my dreams would be, it's not quite complete. It's not quite complete. And so it's when I started my own for the very first time, watching it happen. And so I was able to, you should see the first month, it was, I don't know, let's say it's like April or something like that. The first month that I started writing down the details of watching it happen, they were teeny. It was like 4 people commented on a TikTok, or some random stranger emailed me thanking me, or I had a $1,000 sale, right? And so a lot of these things you could look at with it's only this and lack energy, but it's a discipline to say, I'm going to look at everything as proof that it is happening. And so it's really cool to be able to flip through what the details were in April, what the details were in May, June, July, and you can just see the details getting exponentially bigger. I have this thing somewhere, I think in my house. I could share some of that with you, right? In the beginning, it was, you know, 2 new clients. And then by September, it was like $40,000 month with like 8 new clients or something like that. But there was a progression and a dedication over months and months and months of this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. And when I really switched into that energy, there was a lot of inspiration to stop doing some project. I used to run a lot of law of attraction meetup groups. And as I elevated my energy, the inspiration was to literally ditch this whole fucking thing I built for 18 months. Right? It was literally like just taking this huge project I just spent so many months on and literally just flushing it down the toilet. And then I focus on my TEDx, and then I focused on TikTok, and then I started working with my coach, my tactical business coach, Taylor. So there's just this progression, and to have a watching it happen journal, makes the job of staying and watching it happen energy about 1 billion times easier. I don't know how it would be possible to have it watching it happen energy in the middle of the stress of it feeling like it's not happening. I don't know how else we would switch from waiting to watching energy. And remember, waiting can only happen if energetically you're perceiving thing is not having. And if you're perceiving as not things are not happening, you are manifesting it not happening. And if you're perceiving it's happening, it's happening, it's happening, now you're manifesting it happening even more so. So just realize that the waiting energy is detrimental. The waiting energy is the energy of it's not happening or it's not happening quick enough, which means that you're manifesting slowing it down. So we want to be obsessed with this is motherfucking happening. This is motherfucking happening. This is happening. It's boom, boom. I'm seeing proof every single day. Everywhere I look, there's proof. Everywhere I look, there's proof. Even if it's tiny, even if it's tiny, even if it's tiny.